Hey guys, I think this will encourage you because it really encouraged me. Reading through the Bible this year again, and Numbers 27 today was one of the chapters that I was reading. And this so fits for this new series that we're doing. We're doing a series on faith like Abraham. We're studying how Abraham was a man of faith, the father of faith, and just really seeing how he modeled faith for us. And man, Numbers 27 nailed it for me this morning. Like so many times we settle for things less than what God has promised us. We feel like God wants to give us a breakthrough or we need one. There's something, we're in a desperate situation and we need God to move for us. And God has put promises. Do you know that there's over 8,000 promises in the Bible? Over 8,000. Man, I would encourage you to familiarize yourself with those promises and start believing God for them. Don't settle for less than what God wants for you. So here's the story. Numbers 27, these daughters of Zelophehad, their father had died, and according to the cultural tradition, the inheritance would pass on to their sons. But here's the deal. These daughters had no brothers. If they would have stayed silent, their father's name and their family inheritance would have disappeared. It would have been lost. So what did they do? They did something bold and brave. They went to Moses and the leaders and respectfully asked for what was rightfully theirs. But here's the deal. That was not the order or the law of what was supposed to happen. These daughters spoke up and they asked for what was rightfully theirs. So what did they do? They did the right thing. And here's what God said. And this is so powerful. God says in Numbers 27, when Moses, he didn't rebuke them. He didn't push them up to the side. He said, you know what? I'm going to go before the Lord and I'm going to see what God says. Moses went to the Lord, and here's what, this is so powerful. God said to Moses, let me tell you something, Moses, these daughters, they're right. What they're asking for is very correct. Like, this is what I'm wanting to do. I want to bless them. I want to give them the inheritance, the promise that is actually theirs. So because they refused to settle, God changed the law so they could receive their inheritance. So here's 3 quick lessons that I have for us. Number 1, faith speaks up when something isn't right. There may be something in your life right now that you say, man, this isn't right. This doesn't seem right. Doesn't feel right. Surely there's got to be a better way for this to take place in my life, or for this to happen in my life, or my children, my family, or my business, my church ministry, whatever. If there's something not right, not settling well with you, it could be that God wants you to respond in faith. And so these women didn't complain. They didn't complain in the camp. They didn't kind of spread rumors or gossip or get jealous of other people who were receiving an inheritance. No, they stepped forward with courage. And faith isn't passive, guys. Faith brings its case before the Lord. So I want to really challenge us on this point. Like, don't be tempted to complain or be jealous of someone else. Go to the Lord. Don't settle. Speak up to the Lord and say, God, I know you have a better breakthrough for me than this. Number 2, don't settle for less than what God has promised. If they would have stayed quiet, they would have lost their inheritance. And sometimes the difference between loss and blessing is the courage to step up and ask. James tells us you don't have because you're not asking. And I think the enemy wants to try to keep us silent a lot of times because he knows that God has a better breakthrough for us. And sometimes we go inward when God wants us to come out with it. He wants for us to bear our heart before him and say, God, my faith is stirring me to ask for you, to ask this blessing, this breakthrough. Number 3, one act of courage can change things for others. It didn't just change for them. Their request didn't just bless them. It literally changed the law for future generations. So here's the deal, guys. Sometimes believers, we settle way too easily. Settling for spiritual defeat, broken relationships, or less than the calling that God has placed on our life. But like these daughters, our faith, here's what our faith says. Our faith says, I'm not demanding something selfish. I'm trusting God for what he says is right. There's a breakthrough for you. There are many miracles that God wants to do in your life, and it's right for you. But sometimes you're going to have to activate your faith and ask. Don't settle for less than God's promises. Bring your request to God with faith. Your faith could open the doors not just for you, but could open the doors for your children, your family, your husband, your wife, the people you go to work with, people you go to church with. One breakthrough could pave the way for others to receive a breakthrough. Faith doesn't settle in silence. Faith steps forward and trusts God for what is rightfully promised. Let's trust God and let's activate our faith. Don't settle.